Well, good morning, London. I want to warn you right off the top that you will cringe. And I mean this sincerely. You will cringe when you hear what we're going to talk about this morning. I know you will. This is a subject nobody wants to talk about, but we all need to. We have to, because we're all so vulnerable to it. It's a huge problem, and yet the media doesn't talk about it. Almost never. And that's particularly why we need to talk about it this morning. I want to warn you that the subject matter is very intense. It can be very emotional. However, the reason we're confronting it this morning is because we need to, and because we have an incredible story from a local family who has had to live with this ugly reality in our society of young people taking their own lives. Suicide. There may be a few of you for whom this subject is just too emotional. We understand that. We just want to warn you in advance. We do not intend to be overly macabre about the subject matter. In fact, I think you'll find quite the opposite, that it'll be uplifting. Story begins with a suicide, ends with a golf tournament next week, a very special golf tournament, which we'll explain in just a moment. Suicide. I talked to the London ambulance crews this morning, our friends there, telling us they deal with people with suicidal thoughts every single shift, including last night. They must respond even if there is no medical emergency as such. City police telling us they have had 27 suicides so far this year. This is a very common problem, folks. And one, I got to confess, as a member of the media, which we lie to you about every day, and it's just accepted in the media that we do this, and the public accepts it because they don't want to hear about suicides. Unless they block the 401 or a major street. The story we have for you this morning is exceptional. It involves not just one suicide, but, if you can imagine, two. Both victims, best friends, their deaths coming a few weeks apart. One may be linked to the other. It appears it was. I'm staring at a picture of Nicholas Knapp. I've never met him. But, boy, you look at that picture and you go, hey, you cut that out of a Sears catalog. That guy looks like a model, an actor, the face of a football quarterback. Charming smile, big, rugged, tough. And Nick had it all. A great family, mom and dad, two sisters, great looks, girlfriend, a future. Or so everybody thought. In this hour, incredibly, his family is joining us, some in studio, some on the phone from other cities, to tell his story. And the story of various communities rocked by his sudden death. West Lorne and St. Thomas, where Neil went to high school. What went wrong? A frightening reality thousands of Canadian families have to deal with every year. In fact, the latest figures I have suggest we have about, pretty close to 4,000 suicides in this country every year. We don't want to dwell on the particularly sad aspects of this, although you could for hours. To me, this is an uplifting story.